I want to make something abundantly clear to each and every one of you that watch my show. This show is all about telling the truth, and I will do just that if I have the truth and the facts available to me. Now, when it comes to Candace Owens, she has got a very bad track record of revealing the truth because she lies, and she has been proven to lie on many occasions. Now, yesterday I made two videos about Candace Owens revealing to all of us a leaked text message, a screenshot of a text message, and everyone on the internet, rightfully so, had their spidey senses going up, going, well, this can't possibly be real. This doesn't make any sense. And we have every reason to speculate for someone that has got a very bad track record, and also considering something didn't seem right. In today's day and age, it is very easy to ask ChatGPT to make up a text exchange and to give it to you, or it's so easy to Photoshop things. You don't really know what is the truth anymore. And it's really hard to corroborate or even authenticate a screenshot of a text message that doesn't even have the date, and we don't even know who else is in the text exchange. We're just told by Candy Owens, the I don't know, but I know kind of woman, and the trust me, bro sort of ideology that this is real. Sorry, that doesn't work for me. I need something a little bit more concrete and a bit more solid. So yesterday, rightfully so, I had questions. I had so many questions that I posed. Things just didn't really sit right with me regarding the text message, especially right now. Why did she wait almost 4 weeks to reveal this? This is supposed to be a smoking gun. It was none of those things. The text message revealed nothing that we didn't already know. The text message has been authenticated today because I woke up, checked my X account, and lo and behold, you had Andrew Culvert telling everyone, hey, there's a text message that Candace shared, which she shouldn't have shared, by the way. That's actually real. Here is Andrew talking about it this morning.
But I want to take the start of this show to address some of the things that have been going around on public, namely about a group text chain that has been made known and released by Candace Owens. And I just want to address it head on because, that was a screen grab that I had shared with people. So it is authentic. And I want to go into it because I actually am really excited that the truth is out there. I first want to say the reason I didn't share that screen grab publicly is because it was a private exchange, and I felt like it didn't necessarily comport with things that were already public. I wanted to not betray my friends' trust in that way. But I did share it with some people in government because it happened really quick. It was, it took 33 hours for authorities to get their suspect. And in those first moments, we wanted no stone unturned. We wanted to leave nothing unturned. So I shared it with a few people. Don't know where it went from there, apparently, but here we are. So one of the reasons, Blake, that I'm glad to have this now public, it was not mine to share publicly, but one of the criticisms we've received is that we don't care, we're not investigating every lead, we're not looking under every stone, and that somehow we're just like, sweeping things under the rug. And when I say that we want justice for Charlie more than anybody else, I really mean it, and no stone unturned. I mean, I don't know if you want to chime in on that part alone, but I have more to say.
Yeah, so it has been so frustrating to have people blow up about this.
Yeah.
And I've certainly stated publicly, the reason I haven't weighed in on things is I am an eyewitness to events, and they've said, don't comment on things because anything you say can mess that up. I don't want to mess up any trial for the person who did this.
That's 1,000% right. And I will say I wasn't an eyewitness. I was not there. I flew to Utah immediately.
So as we know, Andrew has confirmed that the text message that Candace Owens has shared is real. Okay, fair enough. Now, like I raised the question in my show yesterday, for those of you that keep saying that, oh, Jay, you keep missing. no, I'm not missing anything. I didn't miss a thing. And no, I'm not going to apologize for something that there is no real need to apologize for. Every single one of us that has been watching Candace Owens of late has been skeptical of her claims, as every single person with a brain should be, because she has been proven many, many times to be bad faith and to lie. Just because she has revealed a text message, which was not hers to even reveal in the first place, does not mean that she has checkmate everybody. The text message revealed absolutely nothing we didn't already know. Charlie, yes, was angry. Yes, there were Jewish donors that weren't happy about Charlie platforming Tucker. But all this proved is that Charlie couldn't be bought by anyone. He wouldn't be. And also, he wasn't planning on bringing Candace back to Turning Point at all. He was saying it in kind of like a sarcastic term because he knows how many people actually think that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite. So he said it, and obviously it triggered someone in the comment or in the chain. Now, what I want to know, which is what I asked yesterday in both of the videos, I believe, is that who is the one that leaked this video? I mean, not the video, the photo or the text grab to Candace Owens. Now, according to Andrew's saying that he shared it to certain members of parliament in government because they wanted to leave no stone unturned because the government found their man within 33 hours. Very quick turnaround. They wanted to make sure that justice is served for Charlie. So, evidently, they share certain text messages to make sure that, I guess, there is no involvement from Israel, leaving no stone unturned. Fair enough. Like Andrew said, where it went from there, he doesn't know. But clearly, someone shared this with Candace. Why? What was the intention? Obviously, Candace, after Charlie was killed, went on this massive tirade and made all of these accusations, all of which, up until this point, up until the text message, which, by the way, reveals nothing. It doesn't prove that Candace Owens is right about anything about Charlie. It just proves that she has a text message. That's it. I don't see why everyone's going, oh, but Candace Owens is right about everything. Here's the receipt, guys. You asked for the receipt. Here it is. Fair enough. You gave us one receipt. One. When you made the claim weeks ago, you've been making countless claims. Why not release it then? Why have you got to wait 4 weeks, drag it on? And she's going, I'm 10 steps ahead of everyone that's going, oh, it's made up. So you release it now. Andrew comes out and goes, well, it is confirmed because I screenshotted it and I sent it to members of government. This is just not sitting, none of this is sitting well with me. When you are sharing private messages to the public, that is disgusting and despicable behavior. That person should not be trusted at all. What is that person's intention? One has got to ask, right? So no, I'm not going to, if I get something wrong, right, on this show, an actual fact, then I will apologize. I will say, I got it wrong. I am a big enough man because integrity is my number one value. But I didn't get anything wrong. I have every right on this show to question. And I had every right to question Candace Owens considering her very, very bad track record. And she may have shared a screenshot and that has now been confirmed as authentic, but I didn't get anything wrong. As far as I'm aware, and you guys can check this if you want, And if I am wrong, I apologize in advance. But I don't think that I am. I remember what I said yesterday. To me, it didn't look real based on no date. And to me, someone that is critical thinker and looks at this with a brain, doesn't believe everything that I am shown and given, has a little bit of skepticism to me, which everyone has a right to have, based on her bad faith track record. Okay, I questioned. It doesn't look real. You can make stuff up nowadays. But apparently, if you do that, it's wrong. Yes, the texts are real. No, they do not mean what Candace is leading people to believe they mean. Not on any level. No, they do not speak for themselves in any particular reading of them. No, you are not a detective. No, you are not helping. That's from James Lindsay. And James actually had this very, very long, I should say, comment when it came to Candace Owens revealing the text message. It's not good behavior, right? It's not good at all to reveal someone's private text message and to now put Turning Point in this sort of like situation. Like, how dare she do such a thing? So loads of people like Rita and the Quartering and everyone like that was saying the text messages don't seem real, all that sort of stuff. They're being attacked now for having skepticism because you're not allowed. So let me get this straight. The text messages that Tyler Robinson sent to his lover that the FBI revealed. So when Candace questions them as being inauthentic and they're not real, no one goes, oh, well, Candace, you're not allowed to question. She's allowed to question all she wants. But when Candace reveals a text message that we don't have the date, we don't know who else is in the chain, we can't possibly know where it's from, and it's from someone that has a very bad track record, I might add, of lying. So we're not allowed to question? Okay. That's crazy to me. Loads of people are asking what government official shared this text message with Candace Owens, of all people. By the way, Candace Owens has been, or her outrageous claims the past 4 weeks, taken out or alluding to the fact that Charlie was taken out by Israel, false. Taken out by, or alluding to Turning Point USA, going after them, the B cult, Bill Ackman, the Hamptons issue. There was a trap door, should be looking underground, and the letter from BB. That's just a few things, right? There's been many, many claims. And it's sort of like, yes, her story, while I'm surprised a little bit that her story was corroborated, there's no new piece of information, like I mentioned in the very beginning. So I don't know why everyone is going, well, Candace is definitely right. Everyone else is wrong. Insurrection Barbie goes, here's a problem with the clip that I showed you a moment ago with Andrew Culvert making a statement about Charlie Kirk and confirming the screenshot. People need to start calling things out for what they are instead of dancing around the issues. There is an issue, mostly from the left, calling out everything that's not actually anti-Semitism. There is also an issue on the right with people who are purposefully pushing lies and KGB-era lies to change public opinion. Candace Owens being one of them. They are doing it for the reasons they have little to do with Israel and a lot to do with the lunacy of multiple polarity and isolationism. Both need to be called out. Both need to be explained. And by the way, if Nick Fuentes, of all people, goes, yesterday, Candace produced her first shred of real evidence in 4 weeks about a conspiracy to who killed Charlie Kirk. Today, she is claiming that she knows Tyler Robinson wasn't the shooter because Charlie Kirk told her so in a dream. So close, Candace. So close. Yeah, she did claim that. She's claimed lots of things of late. So she reveals a piece of information that wasn't even hers to reveal in the first place. Everyone's gone, Candace Owens, she's great, she's great. Because that's what she's hoping for. The dingbats that have got no common sense, no brains, will spread it like wildfire. And everyone that was speculating and had every right to question her, you're not allowed to question Candace Owens. She's allowed to question everyone, just asking questions. But when you ask questions of whether or not she's telling the truth, because she's making outlandish claims with no evidence, the moment she does provide a little bit of evidence, which is not hers to even reveal in the first place, oh, we're the bad ones. And look, if I actually got a fact wrong, I am big enough and I believe that I am humble enough to admit that I'm wrong. I did nothing wrong. So for those of you that are calling me out and saying, you got to stop with this calling Candace out. She's right. Calm your farm. Seriously, she's not right about everything. And I've got an entire back catalog to prove it. She released one screenshot. That's it. And it turned out to be authentic. Everything else, all of her claims about Charlie becoming Catholic, all that sort of stuff, being corroborated as being false. Oh, by the way, she has 17 episodes of the Kamala Chronicles investigating if Kamala Harris is black. Anything? No. This is from Nathan Livingston. That's probably why she abandoned it after the election. 4 episodes of the Epstein Files. She realized she can't get much there. Stops. 11 episodes of Brigitte Macron. An investigative series which has resulted in her being sued by the French president and his wife. Let's not forget her hard-hitting interviews with convicted rapist Harvey Weinstein, right? Also, the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni case. The actual killers of Charlie Kirk must be terrified. Investigative reporter Candace Owens is on the job, and she's not afraid to milk it for all the engagement she can possibly muster up before moving on to whatever next BS people eat up. It's nuts. Eric McTaxis goes, for Candace to release private text threads with Charlie is despicable. And to be clear, when he said maybe he'd bring her back as a speaker, he was being bitterly sarcastic. The point was that he would never do that. It was a bitter joke. Of course, she wouldn't get that joke. She's got no humor. Oh, and by the way, everyone that is saying, like people on the woke right using Zionist and Jew as an inverse of the left's fascist and Nazi, it's from Britta. She's right. And I'll finish with this. Ant of Ant Speaks goes, as I've mentioned before, I urge people not to rush to judgment. I strongly recommend watching this specific clip in full rather than the 30-second version that has been circulating, which strip away context entirely. Unfortunately, some people with little grasp of common sense will gleefully assume that a surface level understanding gives them the full picture. It doesn't. But of course, that won't stop smooth brains from remaining smooth brains. Exactly. What I do on this show is if I have all of the evidence and all of the facts available to me at the time, I will share it. I will reveal it, which is what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. Every single time Candace Owens has made some outlandish claim. It's what I do with all the other videos that I make as well, not just with Candace Owens, because we focus here primarily on the truth. And context does, in fact, matter. Context is very, very important. It's also worth remembering that context matters more than ever in situations like this. Snippets and sound bites can distort meaning, and jumping to conclusions based on fragments only fuels confusion. It certainly doesn't help that Candace Owens and her horde of gullible minions will do everything possible to parrot the narrative that the words expressed in the leaked text are final and conclusive. Patience and critical thinking remain the only reliable antidotes to this kind of chaos. I agree with Ant. Because at least Ant has some common sense and has been doing some critical thinking, which is exactly what I did yesterday. Right? We didn't have much context at all. It was just Candace Owens revealing the text and going, this is real. Look, guys, it's real. How do we know that? Before, it was, I've got this, doesn't even provide the evidence of it, waits 4 weeks, and then drops it, and then goes, well, guys, I was right all along. It took me 4 weeks, but I was right all along. In journalism, that's not how you do things. If you make a statement, you reveal your source and your evidence. That's how things work. But she's milked this thing for all it's worth, and she keeps milking it. It just gets worse and worse. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.